Well, hello there, Aries. Welcome on into your general monthly reading for the month of November. So we're starting off with two nature oracle cards on the board. First of which is Rain, talking about renewal, and then Dolphin over here talking about listening. So putting the Dolphin card down for a hot second, this Rain card is giving me the energy that this Aries collective needs to do some cleaning up. You know, think about a really hot or even dry kind of desert-like summer day, and then you experience a summer rainstorm. And I know November is not going to be that time of year for the majority, but it's kind of that energy once again coming through, while you need and even want, and it will be at certain points creating this refreshment, these refreshing energies taking over, and you're going to feel inspired and this desire taking over at times to clean up your life in certain ways. You're going to be feeling like wow, it's a bit bright. You will be feeling as if spirits more than ever step up to the plate to help you with this. But I also feel like, you know, you're needing to remember the importance of watering your individual temple, taking better care of yourself when you intuitively feel you should be or need to. And then you're able to better, pour whatever you're meant to into that connection, your job, your business, home life, you name it. And I see some of you really wanting to spark something new in the near future, and that's playing into it as well. Think about it. Rewinding back at certain points when you were feeling overly tired, which I feel a lot of you are. You were feeling kind of, okay, I'm getting out of shape, or just not feeling in tip-top shape, because you haven't been implementing enough self-care, and then you didn't trust your intuition enough. You maybe even rushed things at certain points, and you just weren't approaching things in the ways that you would have otherwise if you were feeling a lot better because you took care of yourself. Okay, so again, I'm getting the message of fill up your own cup in order to then be able to put in the energy and resources towards this net of importance. But I guarantee either way, you won't be feeling like you have 1,000% to give to everything, nor should you, right? Give the appropriate amount of energy, maybe a little bit more, and call it a day. I'm hearing check it off your list and proceed on forward. But moving on to the Dolphin card, again, talking about listening, because it's a period where you're really going to be hearing a lot. People will want to at times overshare with you. People at other points will really find themselves asking you a lot of questions. Even at times, I feel certain people along your path are meant to ask you what seems to be a random question here or there, and you're not going to feel like you should answer. But then the asking of that question, you even listening and hearing that question, is important. That's going to vary from case to case. But then if we look at this specific imagery, there's sort of a radiating, almost sound like, I'm hearing sound wave imagery. And so you're giving off this large Aries fire sign kind of an energy. While I feel you're communicating at times more by being silent voice-wise, or even gesture-wise, because it's your energy when you're still. It's your energy when you're maybe thinking more than actually speaking or expressing otherwise. That's really shining bright. It's spreading, okay? It's being felt, it's being heard, and it's being seen. And so it's this vibration, this radiation that you're giving off that's really changing things, think about it. You could just be standing there still, and if you're annoyed with somebody, or you're wanting something done, or you're feeling some other kind of way powerfully, people can feel this. You don't have to be an empath. You don't have to be somebody who often feels energies heavily to be able to pick up on someone's Aries energy, okay? And so, you're giving off a lot of energy. But I also want to say that you need to be aware of your own energy, more so where at times you may not think it's a bad thing to communicate that strongly with your energy waves and whatnot, but in the moment, your lighter side, your more delicate side, is going to be a better strategy. Does that make sense? And remembering that you have control over your energy for the most part in the moment. And so when you feel like intuitively, or maybe spirit tells you let's adjust your energy waves, your energy that you're giving off, and it's going to make the world of a difference. Anyways, I just saw the 9 of Cups. I didn't take it, but I feel like you're either gaining a wish fulfillment at some point throughout the month of significance, or at the very least you're being prepared for wish fulfillment that I want to say maybe lies in the month of January or February. But let's shift on forward. Keywording. I feel that you at times think you're more so ready for something new than you actually are. And I feel that being important for you to feel. And maybe you need to take a step back in order to view things from a different perspective. But we need you to notice where you're not completely ready so that you can do something about it. Okay, quite literally. So however that ends up working out for you, playing into your situation, you're not quite ready yet, but there's going to be a lot of benefits between now and the divine timing when it comes into play for that new situation. But then we also have the Emperor card and the Ace of Wands in reverse. And so I feel like Spirit's saying you may be feeling a bit like you're in between worlds, or in between two different significant stages or very different stages along your path. But then there's a very Emperor-like energy about you that's even being sparked by Spirit at certain points to take charge of your life, to again make certain adjustments, including, you know, with yourself and whatnot, where need be. But it's to say that you're not struggling with sitting back on your throne, but then sitting there, staying there, you know? It's sort of okay, I got comfortable in the, you know, I just heard the back part of my throne, you know, getting comfortable and whatnot. And then it's to say, oh, I forgot I need to do this. Oh, I gotta go adjust this. Oh, I gotta clean up my room, my apartment, my house. I forgot I have to get ready for work. Sit down, okay? Stay seated. I just heard stay seated for the full performance. Anyways, and so it's this kind of, I need to be busy, I need to be going, I need to be doing, fixing, once again, kind of an energy. While they're saying trust, my friend. When you sit back on your throne and you get comfortable and you don't feel like you need to be up and about doing everything, right? Being maybe an Inspector Gadget kind of an energy, you really will feel a sense of importance growing within you, and it will change your energy for the better, okay? You're going to as well feel like this is a time to get a better head on your shoulders. Don't take that offensively, but it's going to be a month throughout November where as well you're getting your ducks in order, okay, in a row. You're lining things up to make it easier for you to shift things on forward when you're meant to. It's also a month where a lot of you are more than ever, maybe with some spiritual assistance once again, but you're getting your wants and needs in order, because I guarantee, because you've been changing, you know, some of those wants and needs aren't going to stay the same, right? And to be real with you, you can take something that you wanted before and remove it from your list of wish fulfillments that you wish to see come to be moving forward. And then, you know, say you change again or you change your mind, you can change your list again, you know? You can add that want back onto your desires, your future potential commitments and whatnot, okay? So they are saying it's okay to adjust something now and adjust it again moving forward. That's life. But let's pull a couple more cards. There's sort of a lack there of passion that I feel this collective as well has for maybe your life as a whole currently, but it feels to be more that you're again in between two stages, two worlds, two situations maybe. And so it feels like that lack there of passion can change for you to the point of feeling passionate enough, but I don't see you being able to achieve this huge amount of passion that I feel a lot of you are used to having on a more regular basis, because you're a strong fire sign, you're an Aries. But where the bits and pieces, the little amounts of passion do kind of get sparked, grow, or come back to be, use it to your advantage, right? And then call it a day. But then the Eight of Wands over here, because I feel like there's a lot of communication floating around, you know, Spirit being part of what you're feeling like you should be more than ever listening to. But then just because a lot is said, especially from spirits and whatnot, doesn't mean all of which is to be trusted, acknowledged, digested, or even utilized later on down the line. And that goes for other people within your physical reality as well. If just because somebody's saying something, if your intuition tells you it's wrong, then you do not trust it. You don't even maybe listen to what they have to say moving forward, if that's possible. But I also want to say that the month will kind of speed on by. So remember that when you're being pushed to stop and smell the roses, to stop and listen to maybe certain sounds of importance, like the crickets at night, or the birds chirping in the morning. Could even be the waves crashing if you're by a beach. But then they're saying, let the positive things that you hear throughout the month outweigh and outshine the negative things, okay? But let's not end on that. Yeah, a lot of messages coming through. And I really feel like spirits are saying you are one spiritual being, and the month will not only increase that for some of you, but will help you become more one with it, right? I see some of you learning more about how to make best of your spirituality while using it more to your individual advantage. But one last and final card for Aries. The number 11 will pop up, and the number 12, and the number 13. Okay, 11, 12, and 13. One last and final one. The Eight of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. Makes complete sense. Because again, it's a month where you're putting in the work. You're wanting to at times put in too much work. Be realistic. Be honest with yourself. Because it's also a month where listening to yourself, listening to the messages that you are being gifted, but also, coming up with otherwise for yourself. Listen to it. Okay? Digest what feels to be important and correct for you. It's a time where Spirit is saying, you have a lot going on, but not everything needs your attention and your resources otherwise. It's a time for you to feel more renewed, and it's a time for you to gain and provide a lot of messages once again. Let's just leave your reading at that. So I hope your November reading was truly helpful. I am sending you so much love and light, Aries. Take care.